Hey, I'm Helena and I run a travel blog on Squarespace with over 1.6 million yearly page views. And I've been using Squarespace for 5 years for myself and for clients. So on this channel, I'm aiming to share clear step-by-step tutorials to help you blog confidently on Squarespace. So let's jump in because today's topic is a big one. I'm going to talk you through my Squarespace blog SEO checklist. So this is everything I do from the research point of a blog post all the way through to hitting publish. And a lot of this is linked to SEO, but also blogging best practices in general. So I'm going to walk you through this today. I'm going to use one of my existing blog posts just to, I guess, give you some kind of visual representation of what I'm talking about as well, just so you can see where I do this in Squarespace. So firstly, before anything else, I do my keyword research. So for that, I use Keysearch. It's the most affordable option that I found for keyword research. And if you sign up around Black Friday as well, they usually do a really good deal that you stay on that plan every year. So I'm still paying the Black Friday rate every year, which is really good. So I do my keyword research there. I find my main keyword and I also look for related keywords and then I copy and paste all of those into a Google document so I know what my keywords are and what keywords I need to be including in every article that I write. So let's use this one as an example here. So my keyword is 3-day Dubrovnik itinerary. And there's obviously lots of related keywords around that. It could be Dubrovnik itinerary, it could be how to spend 3 days in Dubrovnik, it could be Dubrovnik travel guide, it could be best things to do in Dubrovnik. There's a lot of related keywords, and a lot of that will be, I don't want to say common sense, but something that comes naturally the more that you're blogging. So maybe if you're a food blogger and you have a title of, I don't know, like a hearty Tuscan tomato soup or something like that. What are other words that people are going to use for that? It might be like warming tomato soup. It might be soups for winter. It might be healthy tomato soup recipes. There's a lot of different ways that people can phrase things. And thinking about what someone might search for to find what you're writing about is the best way that I think about it. What could someone be typing into Google to bring them to my article? So number one, keyword research. That's going to inform number two, which is writing your blog post using those keywords and related keywords. And I appreciate I'm just putting that in there as number two and moving straight on. And that is a really obviously huge part of blogging is the writing part. Everyone has their own process for writing and how long it takes them and how long their blog posts are. It might be 500 words, it might be 5,000 words, but whatever that looks like for you, make sure you're incorporating those keywords. While you're writing, also include your headings. So headings are how you're showcasing to Google the structure of your blog. And I have done a previous video on how to structure your blog in Squarespace using headings. I will link that in the description below. So make sure you go and check that out if you're not 100% sure on how to use them. But you should have one H1 heading, which is your blog post title. And then your next major heading should be H2s. And within those should be, if think of it like nesting dolls, you have an H2. Any headings within that H2 should be an H3, and so on and so on. So structuring correctly with headings is the third point on my checklist. Number four is making sure you're including your keyword in those headings. So should be in your title and trying to include that keyword or similar, a related keyword in your H2s and your H3s. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. Search engines are smart enough to know that 3 days in Dubrovnik is the same as Dubrovnik 3-day itinerary. So incorporating those keywords into your headings at your writing stage is going to make things a lot easier for when you publish, whether you're copying and pasting from a Google Doc, which is what I do, or whether you're writing straight into Squarespace. So next, after everything is written and structured correctly, I look for the images that I'm going to use and I export those to the correct size for my website. So after writing my blog post, this is probably actually the most time-consuming part of my blogging process on Squarespace, and that is finding the images that I'm going to use and exporting them to the correct size and naming them. So if you're not a blogger who uses many images. Maybe that's just due to the niche that you're in or how you structure your blog post. This maybe won't be so time consuming, but because I'm in the travel niche, I have a lot of photos to go with every blog post. So I edit in Lightroom and I tend to export them at 70% quality. Squarespace recommends images are not smaller than 1500 pixels, and they recommend a size of 2500 pixels in order to have a high quality image. You can't have an image that's more than 20 megabytes, but you really do not want images anywhere close to that. That is going to slow down your website. So find a balance between high quality images that aren't blurry or pixelated and a fast loading website. I tend to export images at 70% from Lightroom. And then if I need to compress them further, I compress them to about 600 to 800 KB. And the width I use is 1600. If you are a photographer, if you have a portfolio, obviously you will want your photo quality to be much higher than that. So that's totally up to you. Squarespace does publish their image best practices on their help page, so I would recommend checking those out as well. So after you've exported all of your images, you need to name them. So I name every single image. This is good not only for SEO, because it helps to index that image and inform search engines what that blog post is about even more, but it also makes it really easy for you to search for. Once you've uploaded it to your Squarespace website, if you're searching for it in your assets folder, you can just type in tomato soup and the images that you named tomato soup will come up, and that makes it really easy for you to just keep track and sort your photos on your website. So I will rename everything with the locations, the attraction, the city name, the town, the country, whatever it might be. I will rename every image, and that's why that's so time consuming for me, because I often have 20 to 30 images in a post and that takes me ages. So after you've done that, then you've got your blog post and your images ready to go. So this is the point that I upload them to my website. So here is my 3-day Dubrovnik itinerary. So it's already structured with headings, paragraphs, images, all ready to go. So the next thing I will do is add these spaces and add in all of the images so they're all in the correct order. The spaces break up sections, the images go with the correct headings that I'm talking about. That's about halfway through my checklist. So next you're going to want to add the alt text and the image description or the caption to every image or video that you have added. So here I'm going to put view of Dubrovnik from the Dubrovnik city walls. So that's my caption. That tells people what the image is. And then here I will write the alt text. So that will describe the image from an accessibility point of view, but it also helps with your SEO. So I would describe that as a view across blue and turquoise sea, looking out at a rocky coastline with a castle, a small secluded bay with beach, and many houses on the hill with orange rooftops on a sunny day in Dubrovnik. So I've got my keyword Dubrovnik in there. I've accurately described the image. That helps from an SEO point of view and also for accessibility for anyone reading your blog post who is impaired in any way. Next, we have marking all of your affiliate links. Again, I've done another video on this and it shows you how to mark your affiliates as no follow and sponsored. I'll just show you again quickly here, but it's in this section here, Hotel Adria, that is an affiliate link. It's in a markdown because when you open it, you'll see that it's in a code block here. So this is marking the relationship as no followed and sponsored, which is what you need to be doing to all of your affiliate links. I know this looks really complicated. I would really recommend going to watch my video about this because in the description of that, I've also put this piece of code so you can add it yourself to your Squarespace affiliate links to make sure that you're always marking your links correctly. And if you do have any affiliate links, make sure you're also adding an affiliate disclosure as well. So that's just notifying the people using your site that you might earn commission from the links that are on the page. Okay, following your checking all of your affiliates, you want to add your tags and your categories to your blog post. So exit out of the blog, and on these three dots, you'll open up your settings. So from here, you can add in your featured image, which will be used for any features on your website and also for social sharing. Under options, you can add your tags and your categories. So for the tags, I'm just going to add Dubrovnik. You put a comma for each one, and Croatia, and that's it. And then I'm going to go back to categories. This one is already marked as Europe. I don't want to mark Croatia. I just want it as Europe. So that's your tags and categories. Under content, you can update your URL. So this again is a really important part of your SEO practice. Filler words, not really needed. This is the indicator for search engines, but also for people who are browsing your website, what your blog post is about. Again, these are all indicators. They all help with SEO, with search engine optimization, to indicate what your blog is about so people can find it and use it if that's what they're genuinely looking for. So I will put 3-day Dubrovnik itinerary. That's my URL. In my blog writing process, I also write an excerpt, and this excerpt I use here where it can appear with any feature on my blog post and on my website, sorry. And I also put it here in the SEO section. So this is the meta description. So you might hear other bloggers talk about a meta description. That in Squarespace is your SEO description, and you need to paste it here. So I have my SEO optimized description here. It's got my keyword in there. This is what people will see when they search on whatever search engine they're using, the title of my article, and then this meta description that I've added here. You can add a title here if you want. I usually leave it as what it is for my blog post. Maybe I'll edit this one and just put Croatia. So again, another indicator what my blog post is about. And that's everything set up in settings. So you've got your featured image. Oh, the excerpt needs to go here as well. URL is updated. Tags and categories are added. My SEO meta description is there. So you hit save on that. The last thing I do is just make sure I have internal and external links added to my blog post. So external links would be linking to other websites, for example, for a local tour company or a local restaurant. These don't include affiliate links because obviously affiliate links are marked as no follow and as sponsored. But linking to other external websites is a great way to indicate authority on your topic, to pass on link juice, to connect you with other websites on a similar or related topic. So for example, here I'm talking about the water taxis or the ferries or the bus services, and I've just linked the boat service URL to this. It sends them a little bit of link juice from me, but that makes no difference to me. That's a genuinely useful link for someone. So you don't put these links in if they're not needed, but a genuinely useful link that helps to increase your authority on a topic. Same again for this. Here's the schedule that I've linked for the water tax, for the buses, sorry. Those are not marked as no follow because they're not paying me to put those links there. This is just something I think is useful for other readers. And internal links are another really important thing to make sure you're including. This helps to create the mapping of your website. So think about it like a spider's web and connecting lots of different things together. So here, for example, I have linked my day trip to Bosnia and Herzegovina to Mostar. further up here in my where to stay section, I've linked my article on the best neighborhoods to stay in Dubrovnik. This helps to increase your authority on a topic because it shows to search engines that you have written more about this topic than just this one blog post. You have written about lots of different aspects of this place. That increases your authority, it increases your trustworthiness. If you've heard about Google's EAT guidelines, that stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. By having all of these internal links to other pages on your website, that just increases your expertise and your authority because you've been able to write this amount, and your trustworthiness because you've obviously been there. You've spent the time to write these different articles. So those internal links are really important. Make sure that you add those in. And also, once you've hit publish on this article, make sure you link this one in other articles as well, so people can find their way back to this one. It's especially useful for new articles when you hit publish to help them get indexed quicker by search engines. This has been a really, really quick overview. I know it's been a 15-minute video almost, but this is a quick overview of the process that I go through before I publish an article. I will pop the whole checklist down in the description below, and hopefully it's useful for you to kind of follow and just make sure that you're hitting all of those markers if you are publishing a blog post. Obviously, this is applicable across all blogging niches. This is not specific to travel, but I hope you found this useful. I will pop all of that information in the description. If you have any questions on this, or you'd like me to go deeper on any of those sections on the checklist, please let me know. Any requests for topics to cover, you can pop them in the comments and I will create a video on them. And if you found this helpful, please do like and subscribe. It really helps my channel and I really appreciate it.